What is up, fam?
Hello.
Welcome back to another
Episode
episode of
Daily Bread with Britt and Joe.
Yeah. It's been one hell of a week.
Yes, it has been. It's been traumatic.
It's been crazy. I
Yeah.
feel like we can't be consistent with these podcasts, but it's just been like life or death.
Yeah, it was really hard
I'm
to
just
do
joking.
anything last week because there was a lot going on.
A lot. And by a lot, I mean tornadoes. Like,
But we've been very consistent still, though.
what do you mean? With tornadoes?
No, with like podcasting.
Oh,
You know
no.
what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, we've been off by a few days, but no, we're good.
Yeah, totally.
Your phone turned off, so we definitely have no timer.
Wait, how did... Okay, we'll have to fix
Let
that.
me lean over. Tell them what's been going on while I
no,
fix
I
this.
just shut off.
Oh no. Oh.
Well, this past week, we had a lot of weather situations going on. On like was it Thursday?
Yeah.
Well, let's start on Wednesday.
Yeah. It was like Wednesday
He
night when it started.
Joe still works and stuff, so like he was supposed to go to work, and it's funny because like I had like some feeling, and I was just like, you're not going to work like if it's bad, because I just had a feeling like it was supposed to be really bad, and
I was
it
like,
was.
I was like, I'm going to work.
He's like,
It-
well, I'm gonna go to work unless like literally a
And
tornado like is in front of our house, and I was like, I know, but like.
And guess what happened? A tornado was in front of our
It
house.
doesn't yes, literally we had one in front of our house.
in
But
front of our house.
either way, like for me, it's like you're so far away, and like the weather. I don't know.
No, for sure.
I don't
mean,
know.
I was going to work because
But if you live here, I guess it's like, well, you better
yeah,
go.
last year we had a bunch of warnings and nothing ever like transpired from it. But it was intense. I mean,
Yeah.
it was our first year here.
Well, last
like,
year
it
we
was-
only went into our safe spot once.
right.
Out of the whole entire time.
It wasn't that bad this season for tornadoes. I mean, we had one touchdown. It was like a mile away, but it wasn't like heading in our direction. It was already behind us, and it was traveling away from us.
Yeah, like more south from us. So it wasn't like.
No, there was one that touched down right. Oh yeah, it was
No, it
south.
was in Colombia. Cause like remember it was like more.
No, the one that was a mile and a half away. That's what was on the news.
a year ago.
Yeah, there was one that was far when I first came home. Remember?
Yes.
And we had the sirens that were going
Right,
off.
right. That's
when
when
I
we
got
were
out
in
of
the
car.
bathroom?
Mm-hmm. That came through Spring Hill. Was that Spring Hill?
Yeah.
Back there.
Oh, like
And
towards
that's
Nolan's?
Yeah, that's the tornado that touched down back there. It was a mile and a half away.
Okay. Okay.
My allergies are going nuts.
Yeah, it's that season too.
But yeah, again, it wasn't that bad. Remember, we had the wall cloud. It was the first time we ever saw a wall cloud. It was completely black in the rain. Remember, the lights were flickering and all that. And then the next day, they were like, "Oh yeah, it touched down about a mile away." I was like, "Oh crap." So I was like, "Okay, we've kind of gone through this. Like, it's not that it wasn't a big deal. It just wasn't like, oh my god, like we gotta freaking hunker down. You know what I'm saying? Like it
It's
was
still
like
scary.
it was. You know, of course. When you hear those sirens, it's nuts.
It's eerie.
Something you'll never forget. It's just an
No.
eerie sound, and knowing how close it is this time, it was super scary.
Okay, so let's start on Wednesday.
so Wednesday night, like she said, I was gonna go to work.
Like he had his work stuff ready, everything like that, but I was like,
Now, I had already started to download some weather apps that were like paid for, like, and I was spending some money on it, being that we live in an area where weather happens all the time. So I was like, you know what, let me start honing down a little bit and getting into this. So I had already a few apps, and I follow this guy named Ryan Hall on YouTube, who's like our local weather guy. Not local, he's from Kentucky, but
yeah, he does like
and he
a
actually
big
has-
range kind of.
yeah, the whole world watches, not the whole world, but the whole United States watches this guy now. He's got like 2 million subscribers. So everybody told us, hey, you got to watch this guy. He's dead ass on all the time, spot on with weather. So I was tuned into him all night, and I was watching, and we're watching it start like in Oklahoma, Kansas, huh? And we start seeing like the weather pop off there and like tornado warnings, and I'm like, dang, this is getting kind of
Honestly,
serious.
Wednesday, I don't. Oh, were we laying on the
Wednesday
bed?
night, yeah.
When I was looking at this, okay, yeah. You're right.
So I had him kind of
Oh, yeah, it was
going.
like Arkansas, like they were
Yeah.
like dropping. Yeah, okay.
Well, let's back up even further. The week before, we had a tornado warning. Okay, that's how it really started. It was further in the week when we got our first tornado warning. No tornado or anything nearby. It was just a warning saying, hey,
Was it a watch? A tornado
yeah,
watch?
It was a watch,
Okay, yeah.
not a warning. It was
warning,
a watch.
my ass is in that bathroom.
Yeah, no, we had a watch a few days before that,
You're
actually,
right,
okay?
yeah.
And that's what prompted me, okay, I'm going to start watching Ryan because weather is picking up. And he had forecasted for this outbreak. It was a rare, severe day 3 outbreak for Tennessee. And I was like, whoa, this is getting kind of serious. So we had the tornado watch, right? No sirens or anything, but it was getting real at this point. Then a day or two go by, weather is still gloomy, it's still raining outside, but it wasn't severe. Now Wednesday night comes through.
And it's warm.
Yeah, it's super hot. And we said it that day. That
We were
Wednesday
like,
when I got
"Oh."
home from work, I was like, whoa, it's like eerie,
Yes.
humid, and still, and very just
And cloudy.
hot.
Like, it was
and
just.
cloudy.
You could feel, like, you could sense, like, something's coming.
Like danger.
Yeah.
But it was like the first. So we just got out of like this major cold front that we just had going on from the winter. So it was our first taste of heat out here for the season. So I was like, this is weird. Like we started to feel it. And Wednesday night comes through, so we're in bed at this point, and it's getting kind of late at 10 o'clock, and I'm still watching because it's starting to get worse and worse through these states, and I'm like, it's headed our way, dude. Like,
Yeah,
this
and
is getting
meanwhile, now
serious.
it's raining.
So now it's like
Thundering.
dumping rain. Yeah, and it's lightning and thunder like crazy. And I'm like, dude, this is bad. So I'm watching it, and they kept saying, don't go to sleep. Remember? All the newscasts, they're all like, this is probably one of those nights where you don't want to go to sleep till we tell you you're all in the clear.
Yeah.
So I
You
try to
knew
stay
that.
up.
I didn't know that. I went to sleep.
Oh, yeah. No, that's right.
I didn't hear any of
That's
that.
right. So they told us
So
not to
your
go to
ass is
sleep.
just
So
walking
I've
around
been
by
watching it. So
yourself.
I actually go to get ready to actually pass out because I was still going to work. So I left my phone on YouTube on very low with my warnings all on. So I was like, if anything pops off, I'm going to hear it. Like it's going to go off. So I left my phone right next to me and I go to sleep. At this point, it's like 11, 12 o'clock at night. I'm like barely running off like zero sleep. I'm like, I'm going to die at work. An hour later, after I'm sleeping, I hear the sirens. Mind you, Brittany and the boo are passed out next to me. So I sit up as I hear the sirens, and I immediately grab my phone, and sure enough, dude is talking about, hey, tornado warnings in Tennessee now, Columbia, which is not far away. It's like about 30 minutes away. And I'm like, dude, this is getting crazy. Mind you, the actual tornado sirens are going off in my town now. So I debate waking them up because I'm still not sure. I'm like, all right, you know, there's still no real tornado yet, but I hear the sirens. So I kind of put my hand on Brittany to see if she wakes up, and she doesn't. I'm like, I'm just going to leave it alone. So I'm watching, and it expires. The sirens turn off. I'm like, we're good to go. All right, like this has got to be the worst of it. Like I've never seen weather like this. It was crazy. And I'm like, it can't get any worse than this. This is bad already. So I passed back out, and what was it, like 4:45 in the morning?
I was in that bathroom at 5 o'clock, so yes.
Yeah, she had woken up, and we both simultaneously. So I had already planned to go into work late. Okay, so my plan was I'm gonna call my lead like around 5:15ish and let him know, yo, I'm gonna be about 30 minutes late because I needed to catch up on a little bit of sleep. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna set my alarm back. Right as Brittany wakes up and gets ready to go to the bathroom.
Well, no. My phone starts going off.
Well, you were already awake before that.
No, I think that woke me up.
Okay, then I was awake because I was about to go to work. I was already
You were awake
up.
before me, though. Yeah.
No, you were awake too. Before those alarms went off, we both woke up. Because I remember perfectly. I was like, dude, what are the odds of all of this happening simultaneously? My alarm for work went off. You were up, and I was up, and it popped.
Maybe the lightning woke
You
me up or
had
something.
just
thunder.
woke. I'm telling you, you had just woken up, and it was weird because you woke up, and I sat up in bed. This was seconds. I'm talking milliseconds before the sirens went off. Then all of a sudden, our phones just this horrible loud warning sound.
Yes.
Take shelter, take
Yeah.
shelter, tornado, tornado. And we're like, are you kidding me? As that happens, the sirens pop off. my work alarm's going off. It's just pure chaos. I'm like, oh my god! And this is the dead ass of night still. It's still dark as hell, lightning and crazy wind and rain. So I kind of sit up and I tell her,
London didn't wake up through any of it.
London's still sleeping through all of this, and she's kind of looking at me like, shit, is this for real? And I'm like, okay, let's go ahead and get our go bag now. So I have like this big military bag that's got everything. It's got sweaters, our flashlights, all that stuff, shoes. So we're getting ready, and as I get the backpack, I set it down next to our bed. I start to go downstairs to just kind of scope out the scene. I want to open the door and just kind of look out front and see what the weather's like. Meanwhile, Brittany's, still kind of getting ready. She's she's trying to look for socks, not even putting on socks. She's looking for socks and stuff, and they're not matching. She wants matching socks. And I'm downstairs at this point, okay? So as she's looking for matching socks, our kid's sleeping, I'm outside in the middle of this weather. And as I open the door, the clouds, it's something I'll never forget. The clouds were like on the ground. It was weird. It's picture fog, but like a cloud. I can't explain it. It was a cloud on the ground, and it was this weird, eerie feeling. You could just feel the pressure already from the dew point dropping, and I guess that's called a wall cloud. And trust me, by the end of this podcast, like I'll tell you how much I got into this, that I actually decided to start storm chasing. But anyways, I go outside and I'm still kind of oblivious to this pressure, but I feel it in my head and I'm like, dude, this is not good. This is bad. And it's just black, okay? Black with this fog everywhere, and it's just pouring rain. So as I'm going upstairs, I hear Ryan Hall on the YouTube. I'm holding my phone the whole time listening to this guy. He goes, for those of you in Thompson Station, it's right over you right now, and there's massive rotation. So this is my first time ever hearing anybody on TV or anybody talk about exactly where I'm at, this serious. So as I go upstairs, Brittany's like, I'm trying to find matching socks. And I look at her and sternly say, get your shit and we got to go now. I'm telling you, this is not something to joke about. Like, this is serious now. So she sees kind of like the fear on my face, and I'm not one to be really fearful of anything, but this one kind of got me. I'm like, we got to go. Grab the kid. So she picks up London, dead out of a sleep, grabs her out of the bed, and we start going downstairs. We huddle into the bathroom, right? Mm-hmm. And what'd you guys do in there?
No, you weren't even in there ever.
No,
you didn't come in ever.
So tell them. So I put them inside the bathroom. Brittany's trying to get the dog in there.
Oh yeah, you had to help me get Luna in there.
Luna wouldn't go in there.
Brat.
So I tried.
Raider comes right in.
Oh yeah, he jumped right in. So as I'm trying to get them, well, they're already inside the bathroom. I'm trying to get Luna in there, and she won't come in. So I run to our pantry and try to get her a little treat. And I'm like, come on inside the bathroom, try to get her, and she won't come in. She like steps a little bit and steps back, and I'm like, your ass is gonna get sucked up by a tornado. I don't give a shit at this point. Like, you're about to just go flying like Toto. This is your problem.
Toto?
So I didn't want to grab her because she when I grab her and try to pick her up, she pees all over the place.
Yeah, she gets scared and pees.
She gets scared.
Yeah.
So I knew it was gonna happen. So I grabbed her, but I sat there and let her just kind of pee. So she did. Sure enough, she pissed all over my floor. And after she was done, I didn't want her to do that in the bathroom with the kid and Brittany in there because it's really small. So after she did that, I tossed her ass inside the bathroom and I closed the door. They're all in there, and my ass is now holding my phone. Back outside.
I don't know where he is. Yeah, I'm in there.
I'm back outside.
It's 5 a.m. I start texting my mom, my mother-in-law, who it's
her
like
friends are texting her.
It's like 3 in the morning where they live, and I'm like freaking out. But like all my friends out here were texting me, because they live all right here.
They all kind of live right here, yeah.
Yeah,
so,
and London's passed out. I'm just holding her, literally freaking out.
I run back outside because I've never seen a tornado, so I'm like, this is my chance to see one up close and personal.
Yeah, if it's over our house, you're done.
So I go outside, and sure enough, my neighbor's outside, just kind of like with his coffee, just kind of looking around, and I'm just looking at him like, is this shit normal? Like,
right?
Are
like
you serious?
We're just outside checking it out.
So, but it was funny because all the dudes were outside.
Meanwhile, I'm having a panic attack.
The neighbor across the street from me, he's outside, and he's out there with his hands on his hips, staring at the sky, and his wife comes out. She goes, "There's an effing tornado, get inside." And he's screaming back, I'm just looking looking at the lightning. And at this point, lightning hits and it like rattles like hard. It like shakes the house. And my neighbor just books it inside the house, runs inside.
He's like, I'm out.
And at this point, as I'm trying to see from the lightning flashes if I can see anything, though the actual weather people say there seems to be some rotation on Buckner Road. Buckner Road is basically the street I live on. It's one street behind me, and I knew it because right before then, you can feel it and you can see the rotation. The rain would go straight to the right and then immediately to the left, and it would just bounce back and forth, and you could feel like the swirl, like the suction almost. I was like, bro, this is crazy. So when he says that it's on Buckner Road, that's when my ass puckered up. I was like, oh shit. So I run back inside and I open the door and I check on them. I'm like, you guys good? Yeah. Close the door back up. There's like barely any room for me. So I was just trying to hold the door like down in case anything. And
we can huddle together. Like we can like bear hug when it happens.
Once like the windows started rattling and all that, Luna? It would have. I mean.
Please.
I would have filmed from inside the tornado, spinning and all. This is Joe live.
Yeah, meanwhile, I'm trying to hold my dogs and my daughter. You would have to...
There's no reason to hold the dogs. Just hold your daughter.
Let them go?
Where are they going? You're in a bathroom.
Well, if we got, like, sucked up or, like...
If you sucked up, it don't matter what you're holding on to.
Whatever.
Tornado wins. So... you can start feeling the pressure in your ears. It's eerie and weird. Like, your ears, like, pop. And it was just total chaos. It eventually moved south and away from us, and
we were in the bathroom for like a half an hour.
Yeah, about 30 minutes. Yeah,
that's a long time.
So the problem was that we had the TVs going, the news. Like again, this is like 5 a.m. It's still pitch black outside, and on the news they were saying normally they move in and out real quick. Ours sat right over our house. It was a legit funnel cloud that just kind of sat over our house and was, I mean, honestly, by the grace of God, like it didn't touch because it was just, it could have connected with the ground and we would have been screwed. Like my neighborhood for sure would have been in some shit. Like we would have been, it would have been a whole different situation. And they said that on the news. Had any of these tornadoes connected, it would have been mad disaster. But this funnel cloud decided to just kind of hover over our neighborhood and just kind of bounce around, but it never made contact with the ground, and eventually it moved along. So like she said, about 30 minutes go by and it expired, and we come out now, and at this point, like, we're up, obviously, you know, Boo-Boo's like asking for cereal and stuff, and mind you, this little girl did not panic once or freak out or anything. She's a little
she was trying to get out of the bathroom. She's like, I'm hungry, I want breakfast.
She had
I was like, we can't leave care about the bathroom.
She loves weather though. She'll sit outside with me and watch lightning. Like, it's funny. So that goes away. That expired, and it's now daytime. Morning comes through, and we think it's over. Like, we're done. You know, the rain miled out. Meanwhile, we still have YouTube and all the TVs going, and they are saying like, "Hey, it's about to get worse" or whatever. But as I'm looking, I'm like, I mean, it lightened up. The clouds kind of got a little higher off the ground, and we're like, we're good. Like, this is fine. We honestly went about our day. Like, we were exhausted, drinking coffee, but we just started living life like normal. Like, all right, cool. Like, it's all good. And about 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock p.m. hits. And it just went straight berserk again. Crazy.
Yeah, sirens are going off again.
That was the worst part. Yeah, like this went like south quick. I'm gonna see if I could post some of the pictures. I'm sure some of you guys have seen the time lapse and some of the videos I posted, but we legit saw shelf clouds, funnel clouds, wall clouds. I mean, tornado was literally not even a mile away, south or east of the 840, which is the freeway right next to us. It was pure chaos. Franklin almost got hit. They had funnel clouds. Knowlesville actually had a tornado touchdown. There's huge. I think it was an EF3. They have actual footage of it on the Franklin page. It was insane.
When the second the second siren warning went off, I don't even know where he is, okay?
I was outside through all of it.
Okay? I don't even know where he is, but my friends are texting me like, get in your safe spot right now. So I'm like, okay, I don't know where he is. So I start getting London, the dogs, like I'm putting on our shoes, like getting us all ready to go.
False.
And I'm in
I
the
came in
bathroom.
because I'm watching it like a hawk. I came in every time and said, hey, tornado warning again, bunker down.
Yeah, and then you're gone. Then
Well,
I'm
yeah.
in the bathroom, and he comes in the house. I didn't know he didn't know where we were.
So this was when the first cloud came and there was an actual tornado. I was just so mesmerized seeing this in person that I was like, I can't believe we saw this. So after all of this passes through, I'm telling you, I'm gonna put some of this footage because it was absolutely wild. I posted it on one of the
incredible to
Facebooks
see.
for our town, and everybody was like, holy crap. Like, it was just a sight. And honestly, if I could say, it would probably be once in a lifetime. Like, not now because I'm going to start chasing these things, but most people, it'd be a once in a lifetime chance to see something of that magnitude. And for me to be able
Yeah,
to
and like
see
right
it
in front of our house
was incredible.
was
Yeah,
wild.
it was wild.
Yeah.
It was so mesmerizing. But so I watched about 2 of these come through in and out right next to my neighborhood, and I come back inside to check on them to see. And I see them that they're still in the bathroom. I'm like, are you guys? I opened the door. I'm like, you guys are still in here? She's like, yeah. I'm like, dude, the warning's been over for like 20, 30 minutes. Come on out.
No. You came and you, like, I hear him walking, and then he opens the bathroom. I don't think you knew we were in there at first.
I didn't.
Yeah, and then you're like, what are you doing? And I was like, there's a tornado warning. And you're like laughing. You're like, I would have told you to go in there.
I would have told you to go in there.
Come
You're
out.
good right now.
I was like,
So
oh my gosh.
they
So
were
the
in there
amount
for
of
no
stress
reason.
and non-stress and stress and all day long was
Because
just,
it was like the moment we got comfortable and started to like relax,
Here
bam,
comes more
sirens
weather.
go
Yeah.
off. And it was like, are you kidding me? So we'd get back in the bathroom. Then we'd come back and relax. We
Yeah, there
ate
was
lunch or something. Boom, sirens again. We're like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, it was the stress levels of just like the
just,
adrenaline would go, and then you would try to relax, like, okay. But
It
you were
was
never really
nonstop.
relaxed because you knew, like,
You knew it was coming.
you were on
Like
edge
every
the whole
time
day.
we were watching this the whole time, and every time Arkansas got hit with tornadoes and major warnings, we're like, well, this sucks because it's all coming our way. And sure enough, every time they could get hit, about an hour and a half later, here were the same tornadoes that hit Arkansas right over our house. And it was like, oh my goodness, like one of these is bound to hit. Like, how many bullets can you dodge?
That's what I was thinking. I was like, oh my gosh, like,
We were straight near, though.
the more we, like, get the warnings and the more, like, our chances are just getting higher and higher.
Yeah.
Like the one and done, okay, cool, bye-bye. You know, but it's like, again, and it was, yeah.
But we dodged them. We dodged.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, 99% of them, except that one. I mean,
like
and
Arkansas.
still, yeah,
Well,
they got
that's so
hit.
sad. They
got-
got destroyed.
They got flattened out. But yeah, man, tornadoes are no joke. That was something I will never, ever.
And then we
ever
have, you
forget.
said more coming, right?
Yeah, so we have a severe 2 out of 5. So the scale runs up to 5, and we're at a 2 for tomorrow. But we'll have a week of relaxing, and then at the end of April into May, so around the 20th, which is a known date, the 20th week of April is peak into May, is the peak season for tornadoes. And sure enough, we have a huge,
So is
powerful system lined up right for us.
Is it March, April, and May? Oh, gosh.
April, May are the peak. End of April into the beginning of May is the peak. It's the highest.
Lovely, because we had quite a few in March, too.
Yeah, but
Bad
that wasn't.
like, weather.
That was unexpected. It was a
Ugh,
generational, like,
right.
that was just something that was not a fluke, but they haven't seen that much in that time period ever, pretty much, except for one time in 2011 that this happened, an outbreak like that. So what we experienced was just kind of an outbreak that was like, whoa, that came out of nowhere, in a sense. But now Dixie Alley is now going into their peak season. Tornado Alley, which is Oklahoma, Kansas, Texas, all of them, theirs is a little bit earlier on. Okay, us is later. Ours goes into April, May, which we're Dixie Alley, which doesn't even matter because we're now becoming Tornado Alley. It shifted completely to the east. So Tennessee used to
I
not
wonder
get
why.
hit as much with tornadoes. Nowhere near as Oklahoma and Kansas, and right now we are right at the same
Yeah. I
number.
wonder why it's moved.
Weather, baby, weather change. I don't know. Blame it on the rain.
Crazy. Well, yeah, it's I'm not
It
excited
was
because
wild, but I loved it. I mean, again, yes, it's scary, especially because of my family and stuff. I don't want them that close to my house, but I find weather in tornadoes fascinating. I thought it was the most to win again. I wish you could have gone out there and see what I saw, because I mean, I don't know. Maybe it would have hit you different, but for me, it was something again I've never seen in my life, and it felt like once in a lifetime opportunity. I was like, whoa, this is.
well, I was out there when I saw the
I've never seen anything like
clouds
it.
like trying to rotate.
Yeah, well, I called her out a few times. I was like, you have to see this.
And
like,
it was
this is
like it was
something
incredible to see, but it was
most people
also
don't see.
very terrifying that it was
I'll
right there
admit
and
that,
it was
like,
huge.
I'll admit that
All I could think about
the
is like, oh
sinking
my god, my
feeling when I saw
freaking
it,
kid.
because I was out there filming it, and I was like, all right, just a little bit more, and it kept getting closer and closer. And when you see like the power of this cloud, it like I can't explain it. Like, picture seeing a huge thunderhead cloud in the sky. You know how big they are. Now picture that coming down to your level. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like, to where you're standing and feeling that power. It was something that I remember when it came.
It was very
It
big.
gave me fear. Like, legit. It like paralyzed me. I was like, oh my god. Like, maybe I should go inside. Like, this is a serious thing. Like, I can die out here. But again, that's the part that made it so fascinating. It was like, wow,
All I was
these
thinking
things are
too
incredible.
is like, these dogs don't have any harnesses or leashes on.
No, they're about to fly away like
what
Toto.
the hell are we gonna do?
Straight
Like,
like
I can't
Toto.
hold them. Like,
Again, no. I mean, it is what it is.
ridiculous. Yeah.
But we survived. We got more tomorrow. We have a little break, and then we have some crazy weather coming up. Crazy
Fun.
weather.
I mean, I like the thunderstorms, but
Yeah, we were out
That
the other
was
night.
too
Me and
much.
Abu were outside watching it. She loves it. I was out there by myself, and she comes and knocks on the front door, and I open it, and she goes, "Can I come out here with you?" I'm like, "Yeah." And every time one huge would bang and rattle the house, she'd be like, "Ooh, that's a big one." She loves it. She's
like,
gonna be my
"That's
little
sick."
chaser. So at the end of this, I decided to upload a bunch of programs. So I have a full weather station at my house now. I've been studying meteorology, okay, hardcore, and I'm gonna start chasing them. Me and my buddy Casey, we're gonna start. I mean, whether he does it with me or not, I'm chasing these bad boys. So this next round of storms that are coming up on the 20th,
don't you need like a passenger?
I'm gonna be going and filming them. I told her I'll stay within an hour radius of our town while I chase. I would love to go to like Arkansas or Kansas on a awesome road trip and chase one of these
Oh,
monsters
okay. Well,
down, but
so on Saturday, okay, that was all in one day, that whole situation, and then on Saturday we had storms again, and he was actually at work, and he leaves work, and I watched his location, and I'm cooking dinner, and like it's pretty much around this time when I'm cooking dinner, it's still like light outside, but it was like black, and it was like black clouds, and it's like raining.
it was bad.
Anyways, he's coming home, and then I see him like divert, and I know his way home, so I'm like, what the hell is he doing? So I text him. I was like, where the hell are you going? And he's like, oh, I'm storm chasing. I was like, the hell you are? Like, get your ass home. Like, we're not doing this right now. Like,
No,
you're not even prepared.
So check this out.
And I'm home by myself with her, and a big black clouds coming at me. Come home.
So, no, I didn't just go storm chase and was like, oh, disregard for my family. Oh, there's that timer. Okay, I have all of these weather radar apps in my car now, on my phone. Like, I have them everywhere. So
I think you were coming home, and then you're like, I'm going to go.
no,
Oh.
I was watching it. So for one, that storm hit Nashville, it wasn't even close to us. What you saw was like the outer residue
Well, it was
of
freaky.
it. Yes, but that
was black.
just because what it appears to you doesn't mean that's the reality of what's happening. That's just what it looked like, and you are oblivious to how it works. So yeah, it's scary. What you don't know is scary. But I know what was going on already. So I was watching it from work already. I was telling everybody at work, I'm like, yo, man, whoever's going down the 24 in North Nashville, you guys are going to be in for some shit. So they were calling for 90-mile-an-hour headwinds, okay, which was insane. It's called a microburst, and it was headed right for Nashville. And they were thinking tornadoes were going to drop and literally rip through the city. Like, even the newscasters were worried about it. They're like, this is not good. Everybody in Nashville, like, warnings were popping off. And I'm like, great, this is right. And then they're like, the time estimated for this to hit is 4:30 to 5 o'clock. I'm off at 4:30, 5 o'clock in Nashville. Okay. And I had to get gas. So I'm like, oh, this is going to be outstanding. So I'm like, I'm going to be in traffic or whatever. So I'm looking at the radar, and it was supposed to clip Nashville. It was supposed to go west north and miss it. And we were just supposed to get like a little bit of the resonance of it. Okay. But it didn't. It shifted east and came right for us. So as I'm checking this, I'm looking at our town, and it completely missed our town. Okay, what you were seeing were the small bands of it, but there was nothing that was going to hit us. It was completely in the clear, which it was. After it passed, it was all clear. So as I'm driving, you see the most incredible shelf cloud. Just picture like a big UFO looking cloud that's just coming towards the city. And I'm like, this is wild. So I'm going, and as I'm going, I'm beating it. Like, and it's windy. Winds are now picking up to about 50, 60 miles an hour. And my little car is just like all over the place. I'm like, holy shit. And I barely escaped because I'm traveling south and the storm's going north, east. So in the rear view mirror, I can see the wall, and I'm listening on the radio, and everybody's like, dude, it's hitting Nashville now, the tornado warning. And I'm like, are you kidding me? So in my head, I'm like, should I just pull over and turn around and go back into the storm and document some of this? Because I was dying to capture some pictures. I'm like, I'm right here. I'm already here. The only thing that stopped me, I was like, you know what? Traffic's going to be a complete mess, and it's going to take me hours to get home, and I still had to go to work the next day. So I was like, you know what? What?
Which is good because remember you were like, oh yeah, I saw like big rigs like stopped.
They did. So they were talking about it on the news. Big rigs and cars decided to stop underneath an overpass because of the wind and the hail, and they were freaking out. So they stopped, but the cars behind them can't see because it was like zero visibility, and they almost caused a huge pileup. So they were saying, don't stop underneath. Like, that is like the biggest myth, to hide underneath an overpass, or it's not like the movie Twisters where you go and you can hide under there. The tornado's going to rip right underneath it and take whatever's underneath it. Mm-hmm. Like, that's a big myth. Like, the last place you want to be is under an overpass. That is very dangerous, and just don't do that. So they were actually saying on the news, like you guys need to get out of the way, move it along. So anyways, I dodged it, and I'm getting closer to my town, but I'm seeing the weather out my window, and I'm trying to take pictures and record. I'm like, oh my God, this is crazy. So as I get home, I can either go left to my house, and I know she's tracking me. I already know she's already tracking. Yeah, I know you're tracking me. I know when you see, because it alerts you when you start moving in a vehicle too. So I know when you get the alerts. As soon as I leave the house, when I arrive at the house, or your vehicle starts moving from whatever location. Mm-hmm. So I was like, I know she knows I'm on my way home. She's watching this because there's a storm. So she's being cautious and paying attention to where I'm at. So I'm like, I can either go left or I could go straight. And if I go straight, I could get a better view of the storm and then head a little bit north and take some pictures. So I was like, screw it. We're going straight. And I already knew. I was like, she's going to text me. As soon as she sees my car didn't make that turn, she's going to dead ass text me as soon as, and right on cue. As soon as that light turned green and I went straight, what the hell are you doing? Where are you going? And I'm like, I'm storm chasing. She's all like, hell, you better get home right now. It's black outside. So I drove all over my town trying to get a good view of this. Laugh? I was legit laughing in my car. I was dying. I was like, oh my God, I knew this was going to happen.
That is great.
So I drove around the town, and I couldn't snap any good pictures because where we live, it's extremely hilly. It's like, there's a lot of mountains.
It's called the Rolling Hills.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't call them mountains, but they're pretty much like mountains. So you can't see or get clear views of anything like in a vast distance. So I was like, screw it. There was a lot of traffic. Weather was getting bad as far as like rain. It started to rain. So I was like, it's just not worth it. I'm not going to get any shots or anything. So I decided to come back home because she was going off on me. And yeah, get home. And sure enough, Nashville got pretty wrecked. They think a tornado hit, but nobody could see it because it was rain wrapped. But the damage that it caused was an EF1 because it was 90-mile-an-hour winds. So there was
It's
homes that were
insane.
pushed over. There was all sorts of craziness.
Oh man, I'm not ready for this next
But
coming up
yeah,
band of weather.
living in Tennessee is no joke. So for those of you guys who are planning on coming out here, brace yourselves. Be
Oh,
ready.
did you hear that?
Yeah. I stopped caring.
It was animals. I
Podcast
don't
number
know.
2. That's when I stopped caring about noises.
What was I gonna say? Oh, but don't like deter people from coming. You know.
No, I mean, don't don't be weak. Just come out here. Just come out here. Look, no matter where you go, you're gonna deal with something. It's either earthquakes, and you can't see earthquakes coming. They just
No.
bam 8.0, and there's that. Or
Hurricanes.
you could get
tornadoes.
Yeah, I mean, or you could go to where there's a hurricane, and those are about 15 miles wide and take out whole cities. Or you could come over here, and at least you have a 7-day warning of a little tornado coming through, and you can.
That's
hide
what
it
I do
out.
like is like there is enough
Time.
time. I mean, yes, once a tornado touches and if it's right by you, you're pretty SOL. But you have time to like,
Figure it out.
yeah, prepare for
That
it, I
you do.
guess. Whereas an earthquake, you really don't.
And
You're like, is this shit shaking? What's going on?
literally, you get caught on a freeway or something. At least with tornadoes, the problem with a lot like with people and tornadoes too is that like either people don't take it serious, people are very stubborn. They're like, it's just weather, and don't take the warning serious that they give you 7 days in advance, or they're like, this didn't happen last time, so it won't happen this time. And no, whenever you get any kind of weather, especially out here in the South, you got to take it for real and be like, yo, man. We live in an area where it's a possibility. A tornado can dead ass drop right here, right now, at any moment. So when you have weather, just be weather aware and just know, like, hey, it's summertime. Tornadoes, you know?
Yeah.
So as long as you're cautious about that and don't take anything for granted, you're good. But just like any other disaster, there's nothing you can do about it. It is what it is. I'd much rather know, than not know.
Oh, yeah. Same.
So.
Absolutely.
But yeah, that was our tornado outbreak experience. This was, and it's funny, us living here, this was a record for where we live too. Where we live specifically, our town's never seen anything like this. Tennessee as a whole, the only time this ever happened in outbreak was 2011. So there's that. And they say it's only going to get worse. So I'm excited. Bring it on.
Oh, man.
But yeah.
We'll see.
We'll see. What else? What do you want to leave him with?
Your legs are so tan.
They are tan.
I can't get over it.
Been tanning it up.
They look very good.
Island.
Yeah, they're like sun-kissed.
We'll call it Tennessee tan.
Yep.
Our yard's looking fire.
Oh my gosh, yeah. He did the yard yesterday. It looks amazing.
We completely.
We gotta like garden it now. Like
Yeah.
lay down soil, plant. I told Boo Boo today that whenever you're off again or whatever, we'll go to like Lowe's and we'll get like gardening gloves and we'll get like, and she can help us.
She
She'll
can
help us
help?
garden.
Yeah. I'm down. Yeah, all this rain has made our lawns into jungles and stuff, so I ripped out this cactus
Oh, thank
bush
gosh,
we
yeah,
had,
it was so ugly.
cleared everything out, mowed the lawns. It looks really nice.
Oh my gosh, it's amazing.
Probably have the nicest yard right now, actually.
Oh yeah.
Like, I was coming down the street, everybody's shit was tall. I was like, ooh.
Yeah. Our neighbors need to cut theirs.
But yeah.
yeah.
Good stuff, guys. Thanks for tuning in again and listening to our tornado severe weather outbreak that happened here in Tennessee.
Yeah, Joe posts on TikTok too.
Yeah, so
If you
this
guys
prompted
wanna,
me.
like-
Like I said, I honestly am taking this whole storm thing chasing seriously.
No, he
so
literally is.
I've been studying meteorology. I started a TikTok because I posted a few pictures that I did take on one of our Facebooks for our town, and it went like viral pretty much. So I decided to open up a TikTok where I'm going to be posting a lot of the document stuff that I do, and by that I mean just taking. Everybody kind of knows me for doing pictures and stuff like that and videos, so I decided, hey, I haven't quite been doing as much of that lately, so why not put it to something that I'm gaining a passion for, and that's weather. So I'm going to start taking pictures of cool weather patterns and stuff like that. So I started TikTok, and what was my TikTok? Joe Storm Chaser.
Yeah.
So check it out on TikTok, Joe Storm
We'll put
Chaser.
the-
Yeah, I'll put the link
the-
on there. You guys
Yeah.
can check it out, and like I said, it'll have some cool videos and cool pictures of the storms locally here, so you guys get an idea of what we go through.
Yeah. And also follow us
Where?
on YouTube,
YouTube.
subscribe, Spotify. We're on Facebook, TikTok, and IG.
Yep.
Daily Bread with Bert and Joe.
Like, share, sub.
We are almost to 100.
Almost to 100, guys. We're still working hard for it, but
We are.
that's okay, man. We're just kind of cruising along with it, and we appreciate the people that have joined in with us, you know, and
Absolutely.
yeah. So until then, we'll catch you on the next one. Yeah.
Catch you on the next episode.
On the next episode. Peace.